So yesterday we made our preparations to embark on this journey. We packed our bags and we fully understand how important this journey is. So let's move ahead. Number one on our list, Talmud. And one wonders, what does Talmud mean? Means study. Isn't that self-evident? Of course you need to learn. Otherwise, how will you acquire Torah? Talmud means more than just learning. In Medrash Mishlei, Parsha Yutes, we find the same brisa, the same Mamar Chazal, Mem Chesvora Matoira Nikneis Behem. But there are some slight differences. And the first difference is number one. Omer Rabbi Shmuel, Gedoyle Torah she Gedoyle Yosem men HaKohune v'men HaMalchus. HaMalchus nikneis b'shloishe malois, HaKohune be'estem v'arbo, v'Torah nikneis v'arbo v'shmoine dvorim. Sounds familiar. Exactly the same as we have in Masechet Avos. But let us see. Ve'elu hein, says the Medrash, b'yishuv halev. So what Masechet Avos defines as Talmud, the Medrash defines as Yishuv Halev. Many times in my shiurim I use an expression, Devorim HaMesyashvim al Alev. HaMesyashvim al Alev means Oimek HaSvara. When you say something that is so logical, so appealing, and you feel it's right, you feel it's emes, you feel it's true. So Talmud means more than just learning. Talmud means amal, yigiyas Torah, toil, yishuv halev. The great Maharal Miprag in Derech Chaim, that is the Maharal's commentary on Masechet Avos, writes, and I quote, "HaTalmud hu birur tam ha-mishnah, kol davar kefi ma shetzorech levarer." So the definition of the Maharal is Talmud is understanding, analyzing every Mishnah, every statement. And in reality, Talmud has two different interpretations, or even two different translations. Talmud means learning, and Talmud is how we define and describe the Gemara. We have the Talmud Bavli and the Talmud Yerushalmi. In the earliest sources, Talmud means the Gemara. So these two different interpretations of Talmud are actually two sides of the same coin, because the basis of Torah Sheval Peh and the basis of Yegiyas Torah is Gemara. So on the very first step, on the way to Kinyan Torah, defined as Talmud, defined in the Medrash as Yishuv Halev, the only way to get there is Gemara. And that is why in Bava Metzia Lamed Gimel, the Gemara exalts Limud HaGemara. Rashi, on the spot in Bava Metzia Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph, says, Talmud hu losei slave lahavin stimis tamis amishna mayim ukishishtayim sotrot zu et zu yavin litaretz shiushteim kayamois. When we have two Mishnayos and we have an obvious contradiction, how to reconcile, how to work out that contradiction, that is the essence of Talmud. So the first step in Kinyan Torah, Amal, dedicating all your mental capacity to understand Torah, to work it out. It's not always easy. And I know many of our youngsters have tremendous difficulty with Gemara. And huge resources have been dedicated how to make Gemara more friendly, how to make the Talmud more user-friendly, using a popular expression. And it's a struggle. And many times people ask me, I'm a working man. I don't have much time for learning. Is it really important that I learn Gemara? You know, I enjoy learning Musar or Hasidus or Agaditis. And I say, "La'olam yilmed adam b'makom sheli b'chofetz." That's so important. Learn what you like to learn. If you learn what you like to learn, you'll have more time to learn. You will simply learn more. But you cannot totally ignore Gemara. Gemara is where it all starts. Halacha is derived from Gemara. Musa is derived from Gemara. The basis of Torah Shebaal Peh is Mishnah as interpreted in the Talmud. So it should be no wonder that we find in Talmud Bavli, Gittin Dav Samach Omed Beis, Lo Karat HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Brisem Yisrael, Elo B'Shvil Dvorim Shebaal Peh. The covenant between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Yisrael is for Torah Shebaal Peh. And we find a similar thought in the Yerushalmi, in Brochas Daf Ches Omed Beis, and a Sanhedrin Daf Nun Ches Omed Beis. Chaviven Divrei Sofrim, Af Medivrei Torah. Divrei Sofrim are chaviv more than Divrei Torah. How could that be? Because the only way to truly appreciate Torah Shebechsav is only as interpreted and understood and explained by Chazal. So the very first Yesod in Kinyan Torah is Talmud. Talmud meaning toiling in Torah, trying to understand, analyzing the depth of Torah. And the way to do that is the Talmud. That is the Gemara. Those are the wisest ideas ever expressed. That is the wisdom of Chazal as expressed in the Talmud.